Yo, what is going on, YouTube? So I got a couple picks for you guys. I just wanted to run through these really quick, but first, before I give you the picks, Elite Picks, a company that I am working with, is offering a $200 a month plan. So with that, you're going to get NFL, NBA, NHL, and also UFC. So if I missed anything, I apologize. But basically, we're offering a plan that you can get a 1 month free trial. How that works is you would go on to Bet Online, deposit $25, and you're going to get 1 month for free. And that's just a trial. So if you like it, you renew it. And that's when that plan would start. And if you don't, hey, you tried it out, you got to see what it was about. Other than that, during this video, if you're like, hey, what is that tool? What's that website he's using that has trends? A lot of, it's going to give you ERA, player props as well. That's going to be called Outlier. But also with that, if you like it, there is a link that I will attach as well. That's basically going to give you a 7-day free trial. And what that's going to entail is, like I said, trends, player props and everything else if you want to go deep into it. So that's a 7-day free trial. All you would do is hit that link. We'll get you set up on that as well. And then besides that, if you just want to have fun, if you're just trying to, tail some picks, or you want to fade the picks, there's also a Discord. So basically, this is going to look like this. And someone will basically be throwing out a bunch of picks, and you're like, hey, I like that. Let me go take that. This will be what that's for. But again, it's mainly for fun, or if you just want to, chat or whatever. That Discord link will also be attached. So other than that, getting into the picks. Hold on. So starting us off, we have Baltimore taking on Tampa Bay. So I'm going to take Baltimore here. I'm going to prefer Zach Eflin over Zach Littell. Baltimore, they got out of that series with Toronto. It was kind of iffy. I did take Baltimore yesterday. I ended up losing that one, but I think today is a better spot. I think the Rays, like I said in a previous video, are more in like a sell mode, getting rid of Rosarena. And I think these are games that, again, like I said yesterday, Baltimore has to get these done if you want to have that home field advantage going into the playoffs. Again, Zach Eflin, he did just get traded from the Rays, but again, I don't know if there's some familiarity there. I would just sprinkle this, but again, we're going to get Baltimore at negative 130 odds. That's going to be at Bet 365. Anywhere else is going to be anywhere between 134 to 145. So again, the highest being BetMGM. So next up, we have the Phillies taking on the Diamondbacks. So I did take the Phillies recently. I know they were on a bit of a skid. They were having a tough time winning series. In this one, though, I'm going to take and I'm going to trust Zach Wheeler here in this spot. I know he's on the road. But again, there's an argument that Royce Nelson isn't that bad either, or Ryan Nelson. I'm sorry. But I'm going to trust Zach Wheeler here. I think he's the more, trustable pitcher, and I think the offense for the Phillies is starting to wake up again. Those bats are looking really, really good, mainly Schwarber, so you're going to need that at the top of the lineup. However, like I said, the Phillies, I'm going to prefer the pitcher, and I'm going to prefer the offense. I think this was pretty obvious. It's a square pick, if I'm being honest. We're going to get that at 135 at Caesars. Anywhere else is going to have it between 140 to 145, the highest being BetMGM at 145 odds. Next up, we have the Astros taking on the Red Sox. I'm going to trust the Astros here. I love Ronel Blanco. Tanner Houck is a bit of a wild card. And then with this being in Boston, I'm going to trust Blanco and that offense for Houston a lot more than the Red Sox. Blanco, again, has been, I think, in my opinion, Houston's ace this year. And I think you can make an argument for past years as well. But to me, this came down to starting pitching, and I'm going to trust Ronel Blanco. He's 9-6. He has a 2.98 ERA per 9. And then when you look at Tanner Houck, he's 8-8 with a 3.09 ERA per 9. So I don't know. These teams are pretty evenly matched, if I'm being honest, but being in Boston was a huge factor for me. So I'm just going to roll with Houston on the money line. They're at plus 115. That's going to be at Caesars. Anywhere else is going to have them at 115 or as low as plus 110, and that's going to be at Bet 365. So again, Houston for the money line. I think this is a pretty good pick, pretty good value. So we're going to trust the Astros here. Next up, we had the Reds taking on the Brewers. I don't know what to do with the Brewers. Every time I try to trust them, they lose. Every time I try to fade them, they're winning. I don't know, but I'm going to roll with the Reds here. They looked pretty good against the Marlins yesterday. However, they did let go of that lead that they had. I think it was like 2-0, and then next thing I know, it's a tied ball game. They're going extra innings, and then they just kind of blew out the Marlins in the 10th inning. So I think for the Reds, we have, let me see, Carson Spears, and then he's going to be taking on Aaron Savali. I'm going to trust the Reds here. Again, I think this is more of like a value pick for me. They're at plus 120. I think the Brewers have to eventually, have a letdown spot, and I think coming off of that Brave series, I think this is perfect. But again, just a light sprinkle. They're going to be at plus 120 for the Reds, and that's going to be at DraftKings. Anywhere else is going to have them at like 118, 115. So not a lot of discrepancy there, but MGM is going to have the lowest price at plus. BetMGM is going to have the lowest price at plus 115. So I'm going to trust the Reds here. Again, use some caution here. I'm not the best at reading Brewers games, but I'm going to roll with the Reds. So eventually one of these has to hit. Like I said, guys, if you liked any of the tools I was using, for example, the one I'm on currently, that's going to be Outlier. That's going to have that 7-day free trial. And like I said, if you haven't used Bet Online, there is a regular link that, again, I will attach. It's going to be elitepicks.com, and that's going to be that $200 a month plan. You're going to get a bunch of picks, especially with football starting up. You're going to get every single pick. And then if you haven't tried it, like I said, you're going to have to deposit $25 via Bet Online. Just send me an email, send me a screenshot, basically showing some proof of that, and we'll get you all set up. So again, that'll entail the 1 month free plan. And then after that, you can decide whether you want to renew it or if you want to stop it. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Like I said, take care. Good luck. And I think I will be uploading a UFC video soon. So keep an eye on that. Like, subscribe the video, comment on it, share it. I appreciate all the love, and I will see you guys shortly.